All right.
Good morning, Uma community family. Welcome to yoga. My name is DeJur. We're here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And so glad that you could join us. A couple of suggestions that I always offer before each class. If you have any injuries, please take care of yourself. If I ask you to do a shape or a position or whatever, and you know that that usually hurts when you do it, either don't do it or test it out in its least, what is the word? Just test it out and see how far you can go before you get to the pain point. We don't ever want to have any pain while we're practicing yoga. If you need a break, please take care of yourself and take a break. We'll be taking breaks as well, but if you need one in between, please feel comfortable enough to make that happen for yourself. And break is water, bio, rest, whatever you want it to be, and then rejoin us when you're feeling ready. I want to acknowledge the land that I'm on. I'm in Los Angeles, and I'm on the stolen land of the Tongva Nation, Tongva and Gabrielino people. This land was stolen by the colonizers and renamed Los Angeles. I want to give honor to them for being good stewards of this land before it was stolen from them. And so we'll start with a grounding. And so sit comfortably. If you're on the floor, that's fine too. Whatever you're sitting on, just sit in a comfortable way. And bring your hands onto your knees or the tops of your thighs. If you're sitting up on a chair or whatever, feet are flat, 10 toes going the same way, and the knees and the ankles are in a vertical line. So knees over ankles. We'll notice the floor underneath our feet. And we notice the texture of the floor. If you are seated on your mat, you'll notice the contact of your lower legs touching your mat or touching the floor if you're sitting down on the floor or a mat. We notice our tush. If we're on the mat, we notice our tush making contact with the yoga mat. If we're seated, we notice the backs of our thighs and tush, part of our tush making contact with the bottom of our seat, of our chair, of our stool. Noticing the texture of your clothing, your hands were on your knees or thighs. If you have on long pants or whatever you have on, fabric, thick, thin, smooth, rough. If you have on shorts, just notice the texture of your own skin, where your skin is exposed. Just notice that with your sense of touch. We'll use the sense of hearing now. Let's start outside. I'm so excited that the gardener across the street started up, and I'm like, no, but he's finished with the noisy part. So grateful for the timing. He used to come over there on Thursdays. He switched up on us. Anyway, so I hear an airplane off in the distance, and that's all I hear. So see what you hear outside your four walls, maybe neighbors' voices, children's laughter, lawn equipment, vehicles, birds, trees rustling. And then go inside your room and notice what you hear. Then we'll look around the room. We've done this every single week. Just notice looking around with fresh eyes as if it's your first time in your room. Uh-oh, the lawnmower's back. He's back. Notice any 3 or 4 items of the same color that jump out at you. This is the way we orient ourselves. Whatever space you're in, going into a challenging meeting before you step in. I talk about when I go see the tax guy. I know I'm gonna have to pay, so I'm a little like, and so I sit in his waiting room and just look around. I've been in that room over 20 years, 20 times, 20 years. So just having a look, this helps us to settle our nervous system, especially if you're feeling anxious, no matter where you are. You could be in your car. If you start to feel anxious, you just look around your surroundings and just take in the colors, what's out there, cars, the colors of the cars, trees, if there are any nearby. Just look around, and that helps to settle the nervous system. Sense of taste. I had coffee, so I have coffee breath. Sense of smell. I have a faint whiff of the cut grass across the street. See if you smell anything in your space. And then we'll move on to focus our attention onto our breathing. We're breathing through our nose throughout the whole class, unless I cue otherwise. And we're doing, for the most part, really focused breathing, where you're really trying to fill your lungs up with each inhale, and then empty them out totally with each exhale. So we want to get a nice exchange of the old breath with a new breath, and we keep that. The new breath will be full of fresh oxygen, and so that'll jump into our bloodstream, and it'll energize us from head to toe. And then we're going to move on to our yoga mats and come to a seated cross-leg position on your mat. Okay, so we sit here. Just reground, reorient yourself to now sitting on the floor, seeing what you feel underneath you. Feels totally different than when I was on that little stool, which is nice and cushy. Let's rock side to side. So just back and forth, lifting one buttock off the mat, lifting the other buttock off the mat. Just go side to side with that. But noticing the outside of the feet. They call that the blade side. So the outer side of your feet. Notice them making contact with your yoga mat. Even though the torso is doing all the moving, this is really for the hips. Also, I mean, it's good for the torso too, just to get some motion happening, but it's for the hip joints. And then come back to stillness. Take your left hand and touch your right knee. Twist around to your right. So the hand and back is either on fingertips or flat palm, or you can wrap it around you toward the right hand toward the left hip, or wherever, as far as you can get it around you. It might end up at the center of your spine, and that's good enough. So this brings in a stretch for the front of the shoulders. So if you get tight shoulders, this wrapping, you can do this sitting in a chair, just feet flat like we started. Just take one arm behind the other. I sometimes do this in the car if I've had a long drive, at the red light, of course, but I'll wrap my arm behind. Because in the car, we're grabbed onto the steering wheel and probably leaning forward with the shoulders. And so this will open that up, pull it back, and have a nice stretch there. See if you notice that stretch sensation in the front of your right shoulder cap, if you're wrapped. And we'll move our head left and right, right and left, slow and easy, and see how that feels. Breathing through the nose. Focus on your breath if you get distracted. And then let's change sides. So the right hand, notice how the right shoulder feels when you let go of that, if you were wrapped. Right hand to left knee, left hand on fingertips or flat palm or wrapped around toward the right hip, your choice. Sit up really tall. Twisting to the left, and then again with the head, or you can leave your head still, up to you. your head side to side if you'd like, or just pick one direction and hold it there. Breathing, sitting up tall. Then let's raise the arms up. Take a breath in and twisting back to the first side. So right hand behind you or wrapped around you from the back. Twist to the right. You may move your head or not, your choice. Sit up as tall as you can. And twist as much as you can to the right. Breathing through the nose. So these twists are good to re-lengthen our spines. It's still very early in the morning. But if it were later in the day, we have been subjected to gravity, squishing us downward toward earth. And these twists can help us to re-lengthen our spines a bit. They also massage some of the internal organs because they get kind of moved out of their natural spot when we turn like this. So that's the other benefit of doing yoga twists. This is a seated twist. There are standing twists and there are supine twists. Supine is on your back twists. And then inhale, both arms up. Reach up really high. And then exhale, right hand to left knee, turn to the left, sit up tall and straight, nice long neck. Shoulders are down and relaxed. Drop your shoulders down toward the floor in the direction of down and hold here. You may move your head or not. You can decide what you like. Take a couple more breaths. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Touch the floor. Inhale, arms up. We'll do 4 more. When you come up, really reach fingertips up high so you lengthen the spine as long as you can get it. Exhale, forward. And when you come forward, reach out as far as you can. Make this like a, what's the word? I don't know the word right now, but anyway, intentional. So reaching up high when our fingers are up, that was the inhale. And then reaching out far away when we come forward, that was number 3. Here's number 2, inhale, lift, reach up, sit up tall. Exhale, forward bend, reach out far. Last one, inhale, come up. Exhale, forward. We're gonna hold forward bend. So just place your hands on the floor or your fingertips. Look down at the mat, at your mat. Just hold here, take some breaths. So this is a seated cross-legged forward fold or forward bend. My back just popped a little, yay. And then walk your hands to your left. Hands to the left and hold. Stack the right hand on top of the left hand to intensify that, the twist. So right hand on top of left hand and hold here. Breathe through your nose. And then we'll walk hands through the center and over to the right side. Both palms on the floor to start. Look down at the right knee. Try to keep the left butt up, glued onto the mat. Smooth breath. Stack the left hand on top of the right hand to intensify the stretch on the left side of the rib cage. and hold here, looking down toward the floor. And then come back to center, hold here again. Good. Inhale, lift. I'm gonna recross the legs, put the other one in front or on top. And exhale down, we'll do 5 with our legs crossed this way. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. This is number 3. Exhale down, reach out as far as you can. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. This is the last one. Exhale. Hands to your right again. Let's stack right away. Left hand on top of right and hold. Look down toward the right knee. Breathe through your nose. And let's walk over to the left side, both hands on the floor to start. And then right hand over left to intensify the stretch a little bit on the right side of the rib cage. Look down toward the left knee and take some breaths here. And come back to center. And then inhale yourself upright. Extend your legs out and windshield wipe your legs. And let's recross. Doesn't matter which leg, on top or in front. Right hand onto the floor. Straight out from the shoulder joint. So it's not in front, it's not behind the right shoulder. It's straight out from the shoulder, palm flat, pressing into the floor to engage the muscles of the arm. Press down into the floor with your fingertips. Sweep the left arm up, over, that was an inhale, and hold it, left arm to the right. Pull the left shoulder back, so you're getting a true side bend. And again, left butt stays on the mat. If you come up off from the left butt lifts off the floor, bring your hand in a little bit because you don't get a stretch if the other hip is lifted. I don't know if that makes sense, but press the left hip down into your mat and hold. Breathe. You can look up, out, or down. For me, down is most comfortable. You can also move your hips side to side. So pick whatever one you want to do is the best one. Circle the left arm. Big circles or small circles, your choice. Right palm pressing into the floor. Reverse the left, the direction of the left arm circle. Breathe. Bring the left arm back over by the left ear and hold here. Check on your jaw, make sure it's not clenched. Then let's inhale, lift up, both arms. Let's change the leg midway. Put the other leg in front or on top. Left hand touches the floor, press the palm into the floor. Right arm comes over by the right ear. Check on the right buttock, make sure it's glued to the mat. If it's not glued, bring your hand in a little bit until your opposite hip goes down. Reach far with the right fingertips. Breathe through your nose. Again, you can look up. So the traditional way to do this pose is to look up, but that is a lot on the neck. So we make it more accessible by either looking out horizontally or even down toward the left arm and see which one feels better. And you can also move your head back and forth. If you want to get a little neck movement. Right shoulder stays back too. Breathe deeply. Smooth breath. Seated side bend. And inhale, both arms up. Swan dive the arms down. Stretch out your legs. Windshield wiper your legs and shake out your arms. Bring the right foot to touch the inside of the left thigh. So it looks sort of like a number 4. Left toes are pointing up. We're going to go walk hands forward toward the left foot. One hand on either side of the left leg. Look down at the left knee. Come as far forward as you can. Flex the left foot. When you flex the left foot, you might feel a little more of a stretch in the back of the left leg. So this is a stretch for the back of whatever leg we're doing. A hip opener for whichever leg is bent. And then a nice stretch for the low back with the forward bend part of it. Looking down towards your left knee. Take some breaths. And then inhale, walk yourself up. Put the right ankle above or below the left knee. So you can have it down more on the shin or up closer to the thigh, but not on the knee joint. Both feet are flexed. Exhale, lean forward again. See how things change. See what you notice as far as feedback from this shape. This is another version of what we just did. These are, again, hip openers, back of the leg stretch, low back stretch. Look down at the left knee. Hold and breathe. So I feel a lot in the back of my left leg and a lot in my right hip. The low back feels fine. They're both, all of it's fine, but I just feel more feedback in those other places. Then inhale, lift arms up. Exhale, forward. We'll do 5. Here's number 4. Breathe in, lift. Reach up really tall when you come up. Exhale, forward. Both feet are flexed. Here's number 3. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. Number 2. Exhale down. And number 1, lift. Exhale and hold here, hands flat on the floor. Look down toward the left knee. Smooth out your breath. Inhale and walk yourself upright. Notice the difference in sensations when you let that right leg out. So you might not feel the same, but for me, it feels, my right leg feels longer. It's not longer, it's just the muscles have been stretched a little bit. So now we'll do first, the left foot touches the inside of the right thigh. And then exhale and walk your hands out towards your right foot. Right foot is flexed, toes up toward the sky. Look down at your right knee and hold here. See what you feel. Take 2 more breaths. And then inhale, walk yourself upright. Left ankle above or below the right knee. So on the shin or up above the knee on the thigh. And exhale, walk forward. Both feet are flexed on this one. Flex both feet. Look down toward the right knee and hold. Breathe. Relax your facial muscles if they're constricted or tight or grimacing. If you're grimacing because something is too much, then you need to come up a little bit so it's not so intense. Because we want to have a neutral face when we practice yoga. A sweetened face is what one of my teachers calls it, just a regular face. No frowning. If you want to smile, you can smile, but just neutral. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, both arms up, sit up as straight as you can. We'll do 5 of these. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Reach up really tall. When you come down, exhale, reach out really far before your hands touch the floor. This is number 3. Inhale, come up, sit up. Exhale, down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. And last one, inhale, come up, down and hold. Hands on the floor, look down at the right knee. Take a couple more breaths in this shape. Inhale yourself to sitting upright. Left leg extends. Notice the difference if you feel anything different. And then we'll windshield wiper the legs and shake out the wrists and arms. Bring the feet together. This is called butterfly pose. So when you're watching TV, to get a passive stretch, you can roll up some towels or blankets or even books. Books might not feel as nice because of their hard surface, but you can put a towel over the books in order to support your thighs, where you can just let them be and watch television. And you'll get a passive stretch on the inside of the thighs, which these muscles rarely get used unless you are a dancer or gymnast. And you also get a nice hip opening, and you can just like chill. I sit like this or in bed, propped up, but when I'm watching TV, and then sometime when I go to sleep, I'm like this, but eventually I straighten out my legs. But it's a very passive way to get a nice stretch. These muscles are usually always tight because they don't get a lot of use normally. So we'll sit here for just a couple breaths, sit up really tall. Breathe through your nose. Notice the blade edge of your feet touching your mat and the buttocks touching your mat. Your hands touching your feet. I have on socks, so I'm noticing the fabric of my socks. If you have bare skin, just notice the texture of your skin. Maybe we'll give ourselves, I just did that, not on purpose, but a little foot massage while we're here. Give us something to do. Massaging the feet in a way that feels nice to you. I've told you that there are over 1 million nerve endings in our feet and hands and a whole bunch in our ears. I gotta find out that number. I say that every time and I never look it up. Anyway, but so beside it, the massage feeling good to our feet, it also sends a little bonus of stimulating the internal organs that are connected to the nerve endings. So they get stimulation without them actually, usually they only are stimulated when they're doing their work. So this is a nice little treat for them. And in that feel good to when we touch our feet, also comes a little blast of oxytocin, which is a feel-good hormone. So there's that's another little bonus of self, even if someone else does it, but foot massage. You don't, even though lotion and oils are lovely, sometimes you don't even need all that to get the same effect. Wiggle the toes around, make space between each pair of toes. Check on your breathing with the ball of the foot. That ball of the foot takes a lot of beating when we walk. In the arch. And then exhale, hands forward. So this was butterfly pose. Leaning forward makes it a seated forward butterfly pose. So we're leaning forward. So Putting a little more stress on the hip joints. You can, I don't know if you can feel that when we went forward, there was a little more intensity for me. And then again, a nice stretch for the low back. The lumbar spine, I believe, is also a part of our back that does the most work. And so it can always use a little nice stretch and a twist here and there throughout your day. Walk hands to your right. Let's stack the left hand on top right away. Look down at the right knee. See how things may have changed for you, how things feel on the left side. We'll walk hands over to the left, right hand on top. Hold here and breathe. Look down at the left leg. Come back to center. Hold and breathe. And then inhale, come up, extend your legs, shake them out, shake out your arms. Wide legs. Gonna twist to the right with the wide legs. Feet are flexed, toes up toward the sky. Twist to your right, feet are flexed. I feel a lot in my inside of my left thigh doing this. You can position your hand wherever you'd like. Over the right shoulder, straight out in the direction of your heart. Over the left shoulder, or move it back and forth. Try them all, see which one works for you. Then exhale, lean over, torso over the right thigh. One hand on either side of the right leg, look down at the right leg. Feet are flexed, toes up toward the sky. Hold here. Inhale, walk up. Twisting to the left, right hand on left knee. Turn your body to the left, sit up really tall. See what you feel on the inside of the right thigh this time. And all of my suggestions to notice and feel are just that, they're suggested. You may not feel that, and that is okay. Everybody is different. I'm naming also sometimes the target area, and other times I'm naming things to feel, to keep you focused on what we're doing. Because in yoga, it's really easy to start to daydream because we're moving slow. Twist and breathe, and then exhale, torso over the left thigh, one hand on either side. Look down at the left knee. Take 2 more breaths here. Feet are flexed. And then inhale, come up. Bring the feet together, shake them out, shake out your hands. We're gonna move on to table pose, which is hands and knees. If your knees are sensitive, then grab a towel to put under. I don't have one here to show you, but I can also show you how to make your mat a little less hard. You can, middle of the mat, pull it down towards you to make the mat go into third. So there's 3 layers of mat for your knees. And then step your knees onto that. And this top is not appropriate. Hands and knees, so arms are in a vertical line, hips are in a vertical line. Legs are separated, and we're on the tops of our feet. So this is table pose. Some teachers call it box pose, tabletop. It's all the same. We'll drop the belly toward the floor, lift your chest, and take a breath in. This is the cow shape. We're going to be here for a few breaths. So get into the shape and then just take a few breaths. Tailbone is lifted, belly drops toward the floor, and the chest is lifted too. So hold here and take some breath. So this is a nice slow release for the low part of the back. And let's go the other way. Press into your hands. Exhale, chin to chest. Spine lifts toward the ceiling. And hold here and take a few breaths. So this is cat. We can also do these seated. Seated cat-cows are a thing. We've done them before. And then we'll go one more time into cow, slow motion. When you get there, continue your breath. Hold the shape, take some breaths. Then reverse to cat, last time in slow motion. That's the exhale. And then take a few more breaths. Now we'll go in real time. I'm gonna let you do it on your own count because our lung capacities are different from one from another. Okay, so the head lift part is the inhale, the chin to chest is the exhale. So do a few on your own. Move the breath, intentionally moving the breath. Big breaths in and complete exhales. These are cat-cows. Two more sets, 2 more rounds. And then come back to center. Now we'll do some hip circles. So whatever feels good. I'll name a couple. You decide. You can rock the hips from one side to the other. Go over as far as you can if you choose this one. Literally circling the hips around. You can come as far down toward the heels as you can with the tush. And you can go both ways. And then you can do barrel. So like circling more so the torso than the hips. So do that. Do whatever feels good. Also, I forgot, look to the right toward the right foot. Look to the left toward the left foot. You can do those. Whatever feels nice. Forget your breathing. And see if your body moves intuitively, doing what it needs to do or it wants to do. And then come back to center. We'll do tiger pose. I'm gonna turn sideways. So we're in table. You can either lift the right foot or lift the whole right leg, your choice. So I'm gonna turn around. I've lifted my right foot and I'm hanging on with my left hand to my right foot. So that's a basic version of tiger, okay? Full version is lifting the right leg and turning toward the left. Okay, so let me talk about that. The left hand is directly under, excuse me everyone, the right hand, right arm is in a vertical line for support, okay? When you twist, you're twisting to the left, turn your body to the left. So I want to talk about why I love this pose. I've said it before, but it never hurts to repeat. We're balancing on our left knee and our right hand. So that helps build stability and helps with core. You may feel a little stretch on the front of the right thigh. That's a benefit. And also the twist I talked about a couple minutes ago. Re-lengthens the spine, and sometimes helps with massaging the organs within the body. So hold here, take some breaths. If you wobble, that's okay. And then lower right leg, right knee, left hand. Let's go into child's pose for a little break. So knees wide, torso goes between the thighs, big toes touch, tush toward the heels. Arms out, extended above your head, palms on the floor. So this is traditional child's pose. So one of the 4 resting poses in yoga. You can also, if your shoulders are sensitive, bend the elbows into what's called cactus arms. I'm gonna sit up and show you. That looks like this, except we're on the floor. So that's cactus arms, takes pressure off of the shoulders. You may also plant your forehead on your mat and bring your hands down by your ankles, by your feet. There's an option. You can plant both hands, one palm on the other, and put your forehead there. You can also, if you need a little bit of a higher something to touch your forehead to, fists stacked, forehead on the top fist. And so those are options. Try them all. See which one works for you. Smooth your breath. Then come back to table. So reset your legs. We're on the tops of the feet. This time we're either lifting the left foot or the entire left leg. We're reaching around with the right hand to grab the left foot. I forgot to mention, if you cannot reach the foot, just grab onto your pant leg. If you don't have on pants, just reach the finger toward the left leg without even touching it. Twisting the body to the right. Okay, so there's some options to make it accessible. So knee on the floor gives it a little added stability because you're on both knees. You lift the left knee, twist the body more to the right. Left arm is vertical, palm is flat, fingers are spread. Hold here, this is tiger pose. And then lower the left knee, lower the right hand. We'll go back to child's pose. Pick your arms. You already have the arm suggestion. The other 3 resting poses are corpse pose, mountain pose, and they say down dog. I don't believe it, but they say it. Just take a rest, take some rest. And now we'll set up for child's pose. We're going to down dog. First, we move through table. So reset your legs. We're on the tops of the feet. Arms are straight and strong. Shoulders, elbows, wrists are in alignment. Curl your toes under. When you come up, keep your knees bent initially. Then you can test how straight you want to make your legs. Inhale, tush up toward the sky. Reposition your feet for your comfort and your balance. The 10 toes are going the same way. I like my feet separated for more stability. You might like yours side by side. So try them out. Try to lower your heels toward the mat. You might feel a nice stretch in the calves. Our goal is not to touch the mat with the heels. If that happens, great, but that's not our goal. Just lower the heels as much as you can. This is down dog. It is supposed to be resting pose. but I feel like I expend a lot of energy in this shape. So I don't know why they call it that, but that's what the masters say. Lift your left leg up a little or a lot. Touch the left toes to the right heel. Lift the left leg, that's an inhale. Lift the left leg. Exhale, touch the right heel with the left toes. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, touch. Left foot on the mat. We're going directly to the right side. Right leg up, a little or a lot, your choice. Right toes touch the left heel. Two more, inhale, lift. Exhale, touch. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, touch the heel. And then right foot on the mat, come down to table. Come down to child's pose. So separate the knees wide, big toes touch. Sit the tush on the heels. Arms are either out straight, cactus, down by your feet, palms stacked, fist stacked. Forehead on the palms or the fists. See, this is my idea of a resting pose. Inhale, come back to table. Curl the toes, we're going back to down dog for a little bit more. Inhale, lift to down dog. Lift the left leg and bend the left knee and twist your body toward the left. So I feel a lot happening on the front of my left thigh. Palms are flat, arms are strong. Left knee is bent, twisting the torso toward the left as best you can. Hold here. And then torso toward the floor. Left leg comes down, left foot on the mat. Let's come down for a little break. Back into your choice of child's pose, just for a couple breaths. Inhale to table. Exhale. Then inhale to down dog. Lift the right leg. Bend the right knee. Turn your torso toward the right. See if you notice a stretch on the right side of the rib cage. Breathe through your nose, flat palms, wide fingers. And then inhale, torso toward the floor, lower the right foot, come back down into child's pose, knees wide, toes touch, sit back. Take some nice breaths. And then come up to table. So we're going to go onto our back. You have choices. You can cross the feet and just sit back, the legs in front, lay down, or from table, you can just swing the legs on either side, sit the opposite hip down, and lay back. So we're laying back in corpse pose, which is one of the resting poses of yoga, one of the four. This is my idea for resting pose too. So the legs are separated. The feet relax, splayed out naturally. The arms are away from the torso. Palms are up. Let's hold here for a couple breaths. This is corpse pose. Exhale, right knee to chest. Hang on to the right knee with both hands. You can hang on, I'm gonna change that. On the right knee or the back of the right thigh, your choice. Then extend the right foot up. Exhale, lift your head toward the right knee. Both feet are flexed, by the way. Inhale, head down. Two more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Last one. Exhale, lift. I want you to hold here. Circle your right ankle. Hold and breathe. Drop your shoulders, relax your jaw. Circle the right foot the opposite direction. Sit up tall. And stillness for the right foot. Inhale, lower your head. Exhale and slowly lower the right leg. Control it with the abs. Slowly, all the way down. When you get to the bottom, both arms up and overhead. Big stretch. Big stretch here. And then bring the arms back down. You're going to exhale, bring the left knee to chest. Hang on either in the front of the left knee or the back of the left thigh. Just hold here for a couple breaths. Extend the left foot toward the ceiling. Feet are flexed. And then exhale, lift the forehead toward the left knee. Check on your shoulders, they should be relaxed. Inhale, head down. 2 more, exhale, lift. Inhale, head down. 1 more. Exhale, lift. We're going to hold here, circle the left ankle. Ooh, my ankle, my left ankle is noisy today. Reverse the circle. Then release the leg and slowly let it float down toward the floor. Take your time. Control it all the way down. Slow and easy. When you get to the bottom, another big stretch. Arms up overhead. Breathe big. Big breath. And then exhale, bring your arms down beside you. We're gonna move into final relaxation, a little bit of an extended one today as a treat. You can lay flat out on your back the way you are now, or you can turn onto, bend your knees to your chest and then turn onto your favorite side and let the bottom arm be your pillow for your head. Or you can do final rest sitting up. And I have had students do it standing up, so it's your choice. Just get settled. We'll do a quick grounding again. So noticing the parts of your body that are touching something, whether it's the mat, the floor, one arm touching your leg. Just notice that. Checking in with your energy. Noticing your breath. Noticing any smells around you. Breathing smooth, easy breaths through the nose. Noticing any ripples of energy. Noticing any restful feelings or sensations. Next breath in, bring your arms over your head. One final stretch for our time together. And then exhale your knees to chest. And if you're not on one side, exhale knees to chest and turn onto your favorite side and hold there. Move the bottom arm out of the way. And then when you're ready, come up to seated. May you be happy. May your life have meaning. And may you be an instrument for social change. Thank you so much for coming. Hello, Evelyn. How are you?